This is Mike Mozart of the Toy Channel and Jeepers Media on YouTube, bringing you a short history of the game of Stratego. Most of my viewers recognize Stratego from the licensed versions that are commonly available in stores today, but a lot of us older folks remember Stratego looking like this when we were growing up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And it actually hasn't changed much from this time period. This is one of the first few thousand that was actually manufactured in the United States. The way to tell the first ones, this is a secret, don't tell anyone, because this is the way to get the good ones on eBay. The original ones have a vine pattern on the back. Only the very, very, very original ones have that. So if you have one like that, it's one of the very first original sets and worth a little bit more money, or a lot more money, than the other common versions are. But a lot of people don't know Stratego is not an American game. It did not start in America. It actually began in Belgium. This is one of 3 or 4 known surviving samples in the world of Stratego number 1. Or I should clarify it, the first game that was actually sold and marketed with the name Stratego on it. It plays just like the modern Stratego, except the playing pieces were cardboard in tiny wooden stands. Here's the original instructions when they were first printed for the very first game of Stratego in Belgium. Now I say the first game sold and marketed with the name Stratego. It actually began earlier than that. This game is actually based on an earlier game from the UK called L'Attack. And it has the exact same gameplay, very similar game, and I have version number 1 first edition of L'Attack in mint condition. Probably the finest surviving example in the world of that game, and L'Attack is even based on an earlier game from China. But this is just a general overview to show you a short history of Stratego and some of the amazing toys in my collection, including one-of-a-kind, or 2 or 3 or 4-of-a-kind, incredible first editions of all the popular toys that you know and love today, including the first Stratego ever made in Belgium, and the very first L'Attack upon which Stratego is based, and the first USA super rare edition of Stratego based on this first Belgian one. Thanks very much. This has been Mike Mozart of the Toy Channel.